Here we go. The deal is done, the contract is signed, and the news is finally official that Valtteri Bottas will leave Mercedes at the end of the 2021 season, joining Alfa Romeo on a multi-year deal from 2022 onwards, replacing Kimi Räikkönen and leaving a vacant seat at the reigning world champions Mercedes. As always, to keep up to date with all Formula 1 news, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. But for Bottas, this news has been coming for quite some time. It's been one of the worst kept secrets in Formula 1 this season, and his replacement, though it's not official just yet, expect an announcement very soon that George Russell will finally get the call up from Williams to Mercedes for 2022. For Valtteri, it's been a difficult up and down 5 seasons, with the Silver Arrows recording plenty of victories, plenty of pole positions, but never really that full title fight he would have been hoping for following 4 exceptional seasons at the Williams team. However, the 2021 season so far hasn't been great for Valtteri, recording 1 pole position at Portimao, the Portuguese Grand Prix, just 3 races into the season, his only pole position of 2021, and with only 1 second place to his name so far this year, the exact same as George Russell in a Williams has achieved. I think Mercedes and Valtteri would have hoped for much more in a season where points are so crucial in their championship fight with Red Bull Racing. However, despite this disappointing season so far for Valtteri, I don't think he would have wanted to leave Mercedes, a team that are very capable of winning races, pole positions, podiums, and of course, world championships. And I am certain if Valtteri had his way, he would have loved to have stayed with Mercedes, and I think Lewis Hamilton also would have quite liked Valtteri to be alongside him. The two get on so well, and throughout their time as teammates, they have won every single Drivers' and Constructors' World Championship. But with Red Bull closer than ever this season, with a new force of regulations coming into play in 2022, Mercedes desperately need 2 drivers they can depend upon, which at the moment it's only Hamilton that's giving them that consistency they need to enable them to be confident in a championship fight for 2022. You then throw into the equation George Russell, the Williams driver, the Mercedes Junior that's been in Formula 1 for 3 seasons now, had that one incredible opportunity to race for Mercedes alongside Valtteri Bottas at the Sakir Grand Prix last season as Lewis Hamilton tested positive for COVID-19, and what a performance it was. Yes, Valtteri was the quickest in qualifying and neither driver stood on the podium that weekend. However, what was evidently clear is George Russell has some serious pace, able to challenge Valtteri right down to the wire in qualifying, and made that incredible move through Sector 2 around the outside during the Grand Prix, managed to get the FIA overtake of the season with that particular move, and with another very impressive season at Williams, of course securing that front row start in Spa, which eventually ended up being his first Formula 1 podium in a Williams, multiple Q3 appearances including his home Grand Prix in Silverstone. It's now reached a point where George Russell in subpar machinery has proved just how good he can be and just how he truly deserves a better seat on the grid. And if Mercedes weren't willing to take him, of course it's not official yet, we are speculating on George Russell going there, though it is very likely. It's got to a stage now where if Mercedes don't take him, the likes of Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren will start to look at George Russell as a future option and may take him away from that Mercedes Junior program. Of course, this is frustrating for Valtteri. It's really disappointing for what he's given to this team and what he's still able to do in Formula 1. Though his time at Mercedes has been a bit of a roller coaster in terms of performances, and that consistency has never quite really been there, what I am sure of is Valtteri is a great driver, especially in the midfield. Yes, in that Mercedes car it's been very difficult to overtake. It's a car not designed to be in traffic. But when he was at Williams, when he had that opportunity to fight it out in that dog-eat-dog battle that is the midfield of Formula 1, He knew how to perform, he knew how to execute a great race, tyre management, overtaking was his speciality during that Martini Williams phase, and I'm really excited to see that again. And I think for a team like Alfa Romeo, securing the signature of a driver like Valtteri Bottas with that wealth of experience and talent, that's an incredible signing for a team that are hoping to move their way back up the grid, back into that midfield, and will aim to hopefully score their first podium since the days of Sergio Perez and Kamui Kobayashi in 2012 and 2013. It's been a really difficult period for the Sauber Alfa Romeo team, and I think Valtteri is that real freshness of energy, freshness of tempo within the team, and a marking point for a start in a new chapter in the team's history. I suppose the final piece of the puzzle now for Alfa Romeo is that second driver. And by signing someone like Valtteri Bottas in that first seat, replacing Kimi Räikkönen, you've got that consistency there. You've got a driver who knows how to do it in the very best, a driver who on his day can beat a Lewis Hamilton, can beat a Max Verstappen, and can certainly beat most of the drivers in the midfield. Can they find that consistency that he had at Williams? Only time will tell. But by having a driver like Bottas, what that allows is to have a second driver that maybe doesn't have that bit of experience, a second driver that maybe takes a bit of a risk. Someone like a Théo Pourchaire, a Robert Schwartzman, a Callum Ilott, an unknown quantity in Formula 1, and potentially, just like they did with Charles Leclerc in 2018, find a bit of a hidden gem, which again, in a brand new set of regulations next year, if they can get a superstar of the future alongside Valtteri Bottas, and they somehow are the team that manages to jump right to the front. It's hypothetical, it happened in 2009 with Honda turning into Brawn. It's not impossible that Alfa Romeo could be fighting for victories next season. I really think this is a great signing for them. Who's going to be in that other seat? That's a whole different kettle of fish. Giovinazzi performed great this weekend on a Saturday, but those Sunday performances, securing points, has really been his Achilles heel. He's had an incredible amount of bad luck this season, but he's been with the team for 3 years and they will be well equipped to know what he is capable of doing and how he fits into the team's plans. With the signing of Bottas, it is very clear Giovinazzi will not be the number one driver, and with so many options for Alfa Romeo to have in that second seat, what I would first of all say is don't expect Giovinazzi, or any other driver for that matter, to be signed anytime soon. Formula 2 finishes in Abu Dhabi in December. I would expect an announcement post the Formula 2 season when we know what Pourchaire, Schwartzman have been able to achieve, and I think we could see an all-new lineup, a fresh start at Alfa Romeo for 2021. Expect an announcement soon on that Mercedes seat. We've also got a couple of Williams seats potentially up for grabs next year, so as always, to keep up to date with all Formula 1 2021 news, you know what to do. That subscribe button is down below. Hit that like button if you did enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.